Right, let's go.
Dan, you're not in. That's it.
We'll go back a bit. Mickey Hawkins outside London Stadium, post-match reaction instead of the post-match pint. I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. It's a frustrating game of football, that.
Yeah. Very, do you want to do starting lineups?
No starting lineup.
Oh, no starting lineup.
We
You're
know
not
what
doing
the
it.
starting lineup.
Oh, it's only taken you 5 years to make that decision.
Yeah,
Fucking hell. Well, all right, Scott. You might as well go then. Yeah, very frustrating performance today. Yeah, I'm like you, mate. I don't really know what to say with that. It's I mean, we'll go through the game and the players, and there's a lot of players let us down on that pitch today.
Well, I mean, you talk about the starting lineup. When I saw that, and I see he dropped Fred Johnson, or didn't drop Johnson, he didn't select Johnson, he selected Fredericks. And I know people were saying, oh, it's because of St. Maximin's pace. He thought St. Maximin was playing.
Yeah,
but even if he would have caught St. Maximin, he would have skinned him alive completely. The guy's got no positional awareness at all. He's good going forward. Like we was talking about this before. He's a wing back. He's like Masuaku, much better as a wing back. And you see at half time when Johnson come on, he was just much better. And I think that was our first mistake.
The problem we've got is, again, you're using players to play games when they've had no game time. You know, Fredericks had no game time. He was shocking. Got caught out time and time again. Creswell again, piss poor on the left-hand side. Really needs to up his game. But again, another player without any competition.
For the first 10 minutes, we couldn't even get hold of the ball, could we? We was like just chasing Newcastle back. They had a lot of the ball. The crowd started getting on the back of them in the first 10 minutes, and rightly so, because every time we got the ball, we was just hoofing it, and it was like the last 5 minutes, not the first 10 minutes.
That performance out there, what side would you have said is the side pushing the top four? Wasn't definitely
none of them.
I'll be honest with you, I don't think either team was good. They had a lot more of the ball, but they done nothing with it. Like, listen, if they don't get me wrong, if they'd have had like Trippier playing, I think they would have won the game today.
Callum Wilson plays today, St. Maximin plays today. They win that comfortably.
Yeah, I think so. Trippier, St. Maximin, Callum Wilson.
I can't believe they had Wood on the pitch, and he ain't scored against them.
Yeah, he was lucky enough for us today. He was a bit poor today.
I'm going to be honest with you. I think Dawson had a really good game.
Dawson was my man in the match.
Yeah,
and I think Iman Zuma was solid today. The only reason why I give it to Dawson more, because I think he put on more important challenges and he scored the goal. So he gets a bonus point from me for that.
Yeah, I think the defence was brilliant.
Yeah,
some of the performances out there today from all of the players, not just some of them, but all of them, apart from them two defenders, I think were shocking.
Do you know, I think Rice was still head and shoulders.
Yeah, Rice was the only one.
Started badly though.
He was taking the game by the scruff of the neck at times.
Rice was the only one that was looking to drive forward and create something. But when he was driving forward, he was looking up, and there was no one around him. 4 nails missed. Souček today for me was non-existent. Yep. I don't know what he was there for. And I don't like slating Souček because I really like him, but the last few games, he has been poor. But today he was really poor.
To be fair though, there's a few players out there, mate, that need to look at themselves in the mirror.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, Antonio today. I mean, I don't know what he was doing, what he was thinking at times.
That's the worst performance of the season for him.
He's slicing them. He's coming off of his other foot as he's trying to cross them. He's falling over. He's He's coming off of his chest. He's missed putt. When that ball went up, I was 100% sure that was going to be him. Harriet was Ben. I don't mean to be rude to Ben. Look, I'm not Ben Rama's biggest fan, right? I don't think Ben Rama was as bad as some of the players out there today. I think he got on the ball quite a bit. He was taking players on.
Winning the ball back.
He was winning the ball back in the midfield. But what I would say about him is you can set your watch by him getting substituted, mate. And I can tell why he was frustrated. It's a stupid decision. Push Bowen up. Leave him on. Put Vlasic on. And I thought Vlasic done okay when he come on. I didn't think he done too bad. Yeah. But how he stayed on that pitch today, I will never know. It's shocking by Moyes. Shocking.
And I haven't seen a worse downfall from a player for a long time. He's really lost his confidence, isn't he?
Yes, massively. Look, he's played a lot of games. You've got to think as well, he's probably played more games this season than he has any other season for us, because he's normally injured by now.
Do you know?
And playing for Jamaica.
Maybe we could have done with him getting injured for having a few weeks off.
I said this in now. Maybe if he had picked up a knock in December and was out for January, it may have forced their hand a bit to get some recruits. But we are now seeing a side that's gone from being a good counter-attacking side, a side that presses together, to a very slow, predictable footballing side. Everything we do is predictable. You look at them today, when they countered, Keeper picks up the ball. 4 passes, they're crossing the ball into our box. We do that, we're taking 10, 11 extra touches than what we need to.
But the thing is,
movement's not there.
There you go, is it? No one off the ball movement. No one's making any diagonal runs. No one's showing for the ball moving into space.
You can see though some of the players they've given up making the runs because the ball just doesn't
that's
come
the
over
most
top.
important thing on the football pitch is your movement. It's what you do off the ball. You can have the ball. It's what you do off it to create things. And there was times where some people, we see it in the second half, mate, where Ben Rama made that beautiful run to put him through, and Creswell just held it. He played it offside. It's, as you said the other day, we're taking too long to get that ball forward. Listen, hit it in the corner, give them something to chase.
The other thing with that as well is that when you look back at that move, right? Antonio's pulled wide. Antonio's getting a lot of criticism from pulling wide, but when he does that and Benny makes that run through the middle, like you said, why was the pass delayed? Benny's made a beautiful run. The ball needed to be
The gap
dinked in.
was so wide. You could have fucking put a double-decker bus sideways through there.
We saw last week with Diop, the ball hit over the top for Bowen. Just why is Criswell taking them extra touches? There's no need.
The thing is, as
but
well,
he's not the only one doing it.
Look at their 2 defenders. I'm not being funny. What was it? Lascelles and
Burn.
Dunk. Oh, Lascelles was out. Sorry, it was. I'm sorry. I turned up 4 hours fucking late. You know what I mean? But it was.
That's early for you.
But you get them on the shoulder and put that ball over the top. He's going to beat Burn.
But it was the same with the throw-ins when Antonio tried to take long throw-ins. It's
Why?
predictable what you're going to do because it's going to Souček. Yeah,
it's just desperation move. That's all that is. And then they've got them big lumps. That guy's a 6'7". He's winning everything.
Souček didn't win an header today.
The thing is, when Antonio's taking that throw in, as you said, they've got big centre backs. They're expecting that long ball. Pretend to do the throw ball, throw it short, and then swing it in.
Yep. But again, that
Should be a fucking manager.
Yeah, that's the other problem is the opportunities we have to put the ball into the box. We don't do it. We taking that extra touch. Too slow build-up play. Just get the ball across the box. How many times does Graham stand here and go, fire it in the corridor of uncertainty? Just fizz it across the box. First half, Antonio, the shot from a tight angle. Why the fuck is he shooting from there? Drill the ball across the fucking box. You get a corner, you may get an own goal from the defender because everyone's running backwards. It's stupid inconsistencies like that we're seeing from our players that are the reason we're not winning games.
We're not good in attack. We're not good in attack. No.
I think on our day we can be. We're just low on confidence at the moment. These players at the beginning of the season that were in good form, they're in bad form now. But there's no challenging. There's no one challenging.
The thing is, mate, is I think the difference is between now and the beginning of the season, we do the same thing over and over and over and over. There is no variation to our play, and teams have thought. They're getting out wide. We're getting out wide, and Antonio, fuck me, I've never seen someone who's playing as a centre forward drift to the wing as much. And I said this time and time and time again. That is the difference between a centre forward's mentality and a winger's mentality. I mean, he's neither at the moment because he's fucking shocking.
The thing is, as we said last night though, and we've said it before, he's doing that because he's frustrated, but he needs to be more greedy and just stay in the box.
He's not focusing.
I know, yeah, that's
he's
right.
Not focusing.
But then Moyes isn't helping him. Moyes isn't helping a lot of them players at the minute because he's sticking with the tried old trusted system, which is fine. But then you're getting a player who's having a better game than another player, and he's the player being brought off the pitch.
I'm sorry, but
Vlasic again come on today. Looks a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, I thought he'd done all
He'll
right.
probably
Vlasic.
start next week and go off after 70 minutes for Ben Rama.
10 minutes.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
It's the same thing he done with Bowen. Remember, it was Bowen, Ben Rama, Bowen. Now it's Ben Rama, Vlasic, Vlasic.
But you leave when Antonio's having a shocker like that. Bowen's not getting anything on the wing. Move it about, shift it about.
Exactly.
You know, we've got no one to bring on. You need to shift him centre. Bring Vlasic on, leave Ben Rama on, because the thing about Ben Rama, as much as he frustrates the life out of me, he's one of them players, a moment of magic can unlock a defence.
Oh, yeah.
He's one of them players. And why you keep on taking him on for fuck...
That's why he never takes Fornals off, because even when Fornals having a poor game, he can still unlock a defence.
It's the same workhorses way. Week in, week... We want to see excitement at this football club. We want to see these things happen. And you can't see it happen. He knows he's going to come off. It probably gets to... It looks at the clock, 67 minutes. Oh, I'm going to be off in a minute.
Yeah, I think, but today in Ben Rama's defence, I think he was probably a bit shocked that he was coming off because he didn't, as you said, he didn't deserve to come off and he didn't want to come off. You could tell that.
What message does it send to him? Do you know what I mean?
But he deserves to have his say. It gets done week in, week out. It's the same player coming off week in, week out. Whether he's having a good game, bad game, indifferent game, whatever.
And that's the thing. He weren't the worst player out there today. He weren't the best player out there today, but he weren't the worst. There was players out there that should have come off the pitch that didn't. And this goes back to again to Moyes, where he doesn't rotate players enough. You know, we see Kroll one game and it's killing minutes, so everyone's written him off now. Souček is dead on his feet. He's been dead on his feet for the past 2 games. He weren't very good against Leicester. He was awful again today. You can't now give Crowe a chance. You can't give
I wouldn't mind seeing what
football.
Crowell's like next to Rice. If you put Crowell with Rice and see how that works out, you got to try something. And I've said this, Creswell, he hasn't come back from injury. He's been shocking.
I think he's still injured. I think he's still carrying injury. He doesn't look the same player.
Now we've got Masuaku out, and like I said, we desperately need a left back in the summer. People are saying we've got Creswell. He's getting on, Creswell. We're going to need a left this summer, because Moyes come out, didn't he, and said how big this summer's going to be. But if we don't get anything out of Europe, we don't get anything out. We don't get the FA Cup.
I think with Newcastle as well today, they was very frustrating. You know, players going down, wasting time. They was wasting time from like the 15th minute. You know, they're scrapping for their life. Any points that they get away from home are massive. So this would have felt like 3 points to them today. So it frustrates us, but I can't argue with what they're doing in the position they're in.
As well, with a lot of it as well. He was poor.
I'll tell you something. How Newcastle didn't get a red card today, I don't know. And then booking 4-0 for a high foot after he wins the ball.
The thing is, as well, is one thing we done, and we let John Joe Shelvey have too much of the ball, and whatever people think of him, he can knock a ball about. He's a really good player, John Joe Shelvey, and he was dictating that midfield, especially in the second half.
They was to us not pressing.
They was missing their pace, and they was missing their sort of talisman. To be quite honest with you, I'd ever had them two. I think they would have beat us today. We were shit.
Their three best players were out injured. We didn't capitalise on that. Yeah, we made Joe Linton's turned into some sort of like top quality centre midfielder. You know, and it's embarrassing. That first three corners that they had. Joe Linton's free all 3 times at the back stick. Nobody picking him up.
I mean, look, one positive I will take from today is that I thought that our goal was good. Creswell's delivery, Dawson getting in there, another goal for Dawson, 2-2.
It's the only way we scored over one.
Yeah, I know, but look, if we win that 1-0 today, you know, we take that. I mean, it was a good ball from Creswell, and Dawson's in really good form at the moment. A lot of people sort of writ him off a few weeks ago, but I think he's playing really well, and he's him and Zuma today. I mean, whatever's gone on with Zuma, you know, he was solid today, wasn't he? And like, look, he got stick from the crowd, especially the away fans, and rightly so. But that sort of died down after about 60-70 minutes. And over the next few weeks, all Zuma's got to do now is concentrate on his football.
Yeah, exactly, that's it. You know, he again, the 2 games that he's played here, the last 2 games he's had here since all of what happened, he's been nigh on man of the match. You know, I'm with you. I think Dawson deserved it a bit because he was more. You know, he stood out a bit more than what Zuma did, but Zuma did everything he had to do spot on today. And you know, I'd be worried where we would be without him, Rice, now, because the team is lacking something.
Well,
there's no spark.
I'll tell you something now. We have to be 10 times better than we was today next week, because Wolves are fucking hit us for 6 if we don't.
Yeah, we've got a little bit of a rest now, and we don't play to Sunday 2:00 next week. So the players have got a week together. Hopefully, we'll see Lanzini back in the squad, Soufal back in the squad, because I think Lanzini was a big miss today. Because having someone like him, I was getting to that point, and I think Nick said it in there that I was getting to that point with 10 minutes to go. I would have chucked Yarmolenko on just for something different.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but what else? What else?
I know.
I mean, you're saying that. I mean, fucking Antonio, he was, you know, you might as well have had Yarmolenko
At the end of the day, mate, I might have chucked myself on it for fucking.
No, we weren't that fucking desperate. Not with them fucking shoes on. Look at them.
This is the thing
Clogs.
where you look at the youngsters and you think some of them. There's got to be a bit of hunger in that we could put on with these youngsters, of Perkins or Oko Flex or something. When you know, last 10 minutes, like bring them on, let them fucking come and grab the game by the scruff of their neck and just go for it.
They give you a bit of energy.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not that they've got something to prove, innit? They could have that Freddie Sears moment. You know, come on and score on your debut.
But it's not only that as well. It kicks Antonio up the arse in the sense of you've got to start performing.
Yeah,
Each one of them come on and score or set one up.
Antonio said it himself. He wanted a striker to come and push him and give him that.
The thing is, I do feel for Antonio. I really do, because it's hard. It's hard because we're all out here now talking about it. There'll be fans over there talking about it. Everyone at home will be talking about it.
Do you know what he needs, Wyatt? He needs a bit of peace of mind. Something to say. All the pressure, he feels pressure.
I think what he needs, mate, is a goal.
Yeah,
that's what he needs.
That's exactly what he needs.
That's what he needs, isn't it? Anything. You remember like his debut when he scored his first goal when it come off his head when he fell over? He needs something like that. Cole at Celtic.
This is what I'm saying. He needs something like, even if it's a rest, even if it's just not playing next week, and just to say, look, sit out. You know what I mean? Like, it's not all your fault. It's not all on you all the time.
We could do that if we had someone to replace him.
This
Well,
is
the only thing we can do is is put Bowen up top and mix it about a bit.
Yeah,
Drop
I think that's
Antonio,
dangerous,
bring.
though. It's
Yeah, of course it
dangerous
is. The thing is with Antonio, even though he's frustrating, when he's on the pitch, you always feel that he's going to do something. But today it was just an off game. It's probably the worst game I've seen Antonio play for a long time. Everything weren't coming off for him today.
And this is the thing where I was trying to say last night when we were chatting about it and in the preview as well, that the change of a system, having a plan B, that when things ain't firing for Antonio, we get him a bit more support. You know, whether it's even just playing a bit higher up the pitch, you know, but the fact that we lack that plan B of having either another striker to bring on or going two up top.
What he needs to
back
do,
to basics.
What he needs to do with him, mate, is someone. And this is the thing that worries me about having a centre forward that's not a centre forward, right? You haven't got another one here. Who's he talking to?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Who's he learning from? He's not learning because David Moyes ain't a fucking centre forward. Kevin Nolan weren't. Stuart Pearce weren't. Who's he learning from? He's not learning.
Carlton Cole
from
was.
anyone.
He's on the coaching staff.
Yeah, but
I know what you mean. There's no other strikers at the club where you can sit and have a conversation with.
There's no one there.
Yeah, I'm confident. When you said about Nolan, I'm confident that he'll be putting his arm around him and saying, "Look, you know, you're better than this."
Right,
but I know what you mean. He needs someone.
You need a conversation with
he needs
someone.
if we still had a Teddy Sheringham here.
Yes, he does need that. Who's he? He's not learning from anybody. There's no one here to teach him how to be that, and that's why he keeps on drifting out wide. What someone needs to be doing to him is saying to him, "Stay central."
I want to see Nicky's face tomorrow when we announce Meadu on the coaching staff.
I'm sure Moyes could tell him that. I'm sure Moyes could.
Antonio, we know, but I know what you're saying, mate, and you're right. You know, we've had good strikers down the years that have had people like on the coaching staff that have been able to tell them. Like you look when Zola was manager.
Go and get Dean Ashton. Go and get Dean Ashton to. I don't know what his coaching capabilities are like, but he'll have a fucking word with him how to be that centre forward. He'll have at least a conversation with him.
Don't worry about that, mate. We've got Jimmy Walker back now. The Christmas parties will be decent.
Yeah.
But it's a frustrating game today, mate. But look, we didn't lose. It's a point.
Too many points.
Yeah, I know. As I said in there, I'd rather win last week and lose today because we'll have an extra point on the board. It's that time of the season where you got to start getting the wins because draws ain't good enough. You can go 5 games and get 5 points, but if you win 2 games, you get 6.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
that's the thing. I think it's the frustration of the last 2 performances have been the fact that we've thrown leads away
right on half time.
Yeah, it's killed us both times. You know, it killed us today and it killed us last week as well. So that's the frustrating thing. But there was like we were saying inside, at the end of the day, we didn't get beat. But it's frustrating because the performances are not good and we threw points.
We like wins at this place, don't we?
Yeah, that's it. That's it. We are where we are because we kept winning. Now we keep drawing.
Yeah.
We're not losing though.
Exactly.
So there's a positive. We're not losing, Nick.
Yeah.
Smile. Respect the point,
I'm
Nick.
just sick of saying like I want to see a good performance today and just not.
That's the thing that's frustrating me. The performances, they're not good enough.
It's the same. But
I can suffer if you go out there and fucking give the performances of your life and you draw 1-1, lucky goal.
Yeah. You'll take it.
You know, you
to
take
be fair,
that.
their goal was lucky as well.
Lucky.
We ain't spoke about that, but Fabianski was unlucky. But look, it's crossed the line. I didn't think it crossed the line, but I see it at a funny angle.
Yeah,
but
just about.
The frustrating thing is Rice has got a good header on it, but he was a 50p head and it went backwards instead of out.
Trevor Sinclair head.
Yeah, and Fredericks again just switched off completely. What is it with our fullbacks and switching off?
He should be going and closing him down, and
Yeah,
that's the thing.
it's too
Everyone's
easy.
just all crowded around the same spot, giving him all the time in the world to put the perfect ball in.
Yeah, you work hard to get yourself in the game. You get yourself in front. You got to see out till half time, and we give away a cheap goal.
It is frustrating, but we'll leave it there. Thank you very much for joining us on this edition of West Ham Fan TV's post-match reaction. Go and check out all the fan cams that we've just done, and if you're new around here, subscribe. Go and check out the podcast. The podcast is new. We've got the highlights up that went up last night, so go and have a look at that. It's a good old laugh, that podcast, and we're really proud of that. So go and check that out. But one thing left for us to say, boys.
Come on, you guys.
Come on,
Keep
you
the
guys.
faith.
I've
got to go.
Camera.